Hello, everyone. This is Tom Fox, and I'd like to welcome you to the Daily Compliance News. The Daily Compliance News is an offering of the Compliance Podcast Network. January 9, 2019, the Some Other Dude Did It edition. Today, we have some interesting stories. First up, you think your corporation is tough to work at? Well, apparently at Nissan, it's not simply being stabbed in the back. It is being threatened with jail as Nissan's internal investigation, has expanded into a global probe of key executives, embroiling at least two loyalists of the ousted chairman as he prepared for his court appearance. So now it's not simply regime change in countries, but also in corporations as well. Next, we have a story about J.P. Morgan, whose Bear Stearns subsidiary is accused of making a payment of $6 million to a Libyan businessman who was a close associate of the Gaddafi regime when it was raising some $200 million for the company's sovereign wealth fund. J.P. Morgan Chase has said this was not a bribery payment, even though this was to a well-known fixer. It's going to be certainly interesting to see how that shakes out, as many other U.S. and other international companies have came to grief in Libya under the prior regime. And finally, from Reuters, the Peruvian attorney general who tried to sack the prosecutors who were looking at Odebrecht has himself been removed from office. He said that the crisis had caused him to reevaluate after he reappointed the prosecutors involved. So certainly a good end to this story, and at least the corruption investigation can continue. And finally, we end today with the first court appearance of Carlos Ghosn. My colleague Howard Sklar, in a previous life, worked in the state prosecutor's office in Brooklyn, and he said they had a phrase which was, "Some other dude did it, SODDIT." And that is the defense of Mr. Ghosn as he articulated in the Japanese court. He said he had been wrongfully accused and unfairly detained based upon meritless and unsubstantiated allegations, and that he should be released while protesting his innocence. The Tokyo court did not immediately rule, but read the statement referring the suspicions raised against Mr. Ghosn that he was a flight risk. Gee, imagine that. So it looks like Mr. Ghosn will spend some more time in jail. He has not offered to put up any properties or money for bail yet, and under the Japanese system, he apparently can be held for a little bit longer. So the saga of Carlos Ghosn continues. The new saga of his former underlings may take a different turn as well. So this is Tom Fox. I hope you will tune in tomorrow. As I previously announced, I'm going to continue the daily compliance news now into this new year of 2019. If there's any interesting things you would like me to talk about, please email me and let me know. I'm at tfox@tfoxlaw.com. Your feedback is always welcome. You will check out some of the new offerings on the Compliance Podcast Network. Jay Rosen and myself have started a new podcast series, Popcorn and Compliance, a look at compliance through the lens of the movies, that premiered Saturday, December 8th, and will post bi-monthly on Saturday for your entertainment and enjoyment listening pleasure. Finally, Mary Shirley and Lisa Fine have premiered their new podcast, Great Women on Compliance. I hope you will check that out. It's a great podcast series. We have several other offerings that we are in production and will go live after the first of the year on the Compliance Podcast Network.